I think describing my sound is always kind of a difficult thing because it's ever evolving. Rooted in reggae music, rooted in roots music, rooted in Jamaican culture, but definitely also takes on the identity of, you know, some of Africa, of course. Africa is so large. Africa and the diaspora, then, yeah. Well, I grew up in and around music. You know, as you can see, we're here at Levels, a space that my father built just over the course of a few years. You know, my parents are both musicians, Chakula and Goldilocks, so it was definitely very ingrained and embedded in my childhood. You know, and just as I grew up, I mean, I was a dancer growing up. That was kind of my relationship with music, was through movement. You know, and it wasn't until maybe I was in my early teens that I started to now develop my own identity as a musician. Music is always an evolution for me, but making and creating love songs comes from a very vulnerable space, and I've always thought about music as a place that allows me to talk up and be rebellious. And you know, I don't know, for a long time I felt like love songs made me feel like a soft. I kind of come into a place now where I realize that, you know, love is a part of the human experience, and without it, none of us would really exist, you know. But I also think it's important for us to connect with that sensual and sensitive side of ourselves, because it kind of allows people to open up to their emotional side.
Electrifying, that is your love. You take me flying through thunderstorms. Your love like lightning, fire in my sky. I'm mesmerized by the look in your eyes. It's like you got me hypnotized. You put a spell on me.
Of course, women have superpowers. You know, the obvious thing is we're able to bring life into this earth. You know, the first time that I'll be embarking on this journey, and it's something that has been a very powerful journey for me, just to kind of experience life being created without my conscious effort. I don't know the fullness of it yet, you know, and I anticipate it and I'm looking forward to it, but I do feel really blessed to be able to carry this power.
And my sky you're lighting like a firefly. I am attracted by a force I can't explain.
I would say performing is probably one of my favorite aspects about being an artist. When I'm performing, I feel like I more lose myself, and I'm able to connect with the audience on a higher realm. It's very, very hard to describe, but I feel like it's almost like an out-of-body experience. It really just takes me out of this earthly physical plane and allows me to connect with the inspiration on a different level, because it's one thing when you're creating, you receive the inspiration, and then it's a next thing to give the inspiration, and it's a give and take. It's an energy exchange. So I think that that's something beautiful, that you can give and be filled at the same time. I definitely have goals with my music, but I feel like for me it's about where the music takes me. I think that the vibration dictates where it goes, you know, and sometimes the idea and the plans that we have in our head, most times the ideas and the plans that we have in our head, it never does go as planned. For me, it's just all about growth and evolution, knowing that, you know, I do want my music to grow. I do want it to reach more people, but at the end of the day, I don't necessarily want to dictate exactly how, when, where, what, you know? So, yeah.